What up, peeps, and welcome to the next episode in my little D2 Monument of Triumph weapon review slash guide, I suppose, is what you could run with. In this episode, we're going to be looking at the legendary grenade launcher, Salvagers Salvo. This is a lightweight frame grenade launcher, which is strong against overload champions. At the start, with DPS, I'm just going to run through this weapon on its own with no supports, so no Stormkeep or anything like that. I have been trying this a little bit before I started recording the video. Because I'm unable to get the final blow to get amplified, the damage numbers at the end of the DPS phase are going to be a little bit less because I'm unable to get the ×5 stacks for gear shift. So gear shift at ×5 is a 35% weapon damage buff. So just keep that in mind when we get to the end of the DPS phase. So we've got, this is almost a gold roll. So the gold roll that we want for this weapon is going to be hard launch, spike grenades. So spike grenades you want because it is an extra 12.12% damage on direct hits, which is what we're going to be doing. We want trickle charge. So when we discharge a bolt charge, we reload the one round that it's got in its magazine, so we can constantly fire this without needing to reload. Gear shift, so while we're amplified, we're dealing, that's that 35% increased damage I was talking about at 5 stacks. I suppose for this video, because I do have Vorpal on it, so we can run it with Vorpal so we can see the damage numbers with that. And then you want to try and get this weapon masterworked from a Pinnacle Ops activity. That way you get the accelerated assault origin trait. So I'll put the buff for that right here as well. And that's going to be your absolute god roll. So mine's almost perfect, minus the spike grenades. But so we'll go straight into it just with air. Make sure that damage was reset. So just on its own. Oh, also, before I continue, someone pointed this out to me last video. The damage numbers are going to be a little bit different, obviously, to what you see, because I'm running 165 weapon stat right now. So my grenade launcher has a 9.7% buff to damage. So the numbers you see in this video won't reflect what you might see if your weapon stat is higher or lower. So just keep that in mind. So on its own, single shot to the head. So you can see we're hitting 659. Now I can't imagine this is going to make any difference to the body. Wait till that weaken clears off. Okay, weakens one off. Let's try to the body. I don't know if this will be different, but 659. So it's exactly the same. Okay, so we'll reset. Make sure we get our ammo, and then we go into the damage rotation. With damage, if you have anarchy, so what we want to do, come into a boss fight, Stormkeep barricade behind you, 2 shots, grenade, and then with that triple charge going, it's just going to keep firing without needing to reload. And then every probably 4 or 5 shots, you just want to pull your anarchy out, fire 2 more shots off, get those shots out, and then finish with a T-crash. So this is with Vorpal. So we've got 44k damage overall. So we'll try this again now, but this time I'll make sure I pick up some orbs. That way I get my arc weapon surges. Grab that. Same thing. Barricade behind. 2 shots anarchy. Storm grenade. Start shooting. Couple shots in. Anarchy. Storm grenade. Salvages back out. Couple shots. 2 shots. Back out. And then once we expend this ammo, we with that T-crash. So we had 44k on that previous run without the weapon surges. And now with the surges, we have got somehow less. Okay. But there you go. That's the rough ballpark with what we're going here. So if I was able to get myself amplified, we would be getting a 35% buff with if we had 5 stacks of gear shift. However, I don't have that for this video. And also we would be getting the extra 12.12% from spike grenades, so the damage would go up again. And then obviously if you take into consideration your weapon stat, you can get even higher, so on and so forth. So the artifact that we're going to be running to get these to do, or mainly this one, to do the damage that it's doing, is the Slayer Baron Satchel. I'm going to butcher that word, so I'm not going to say it. main ones we want. Kinetic impacts. So this one is pretty much just kinetic tremors when you deal sustained damage with a grenade launcher. So you can see with one shot, so ammo with one shot from salvagers, it will trigger the kinetic tremors. There it is right there. And we are applying a weaken as well. So we get kinetic tremors every time we get a hit with the grenade. And then we want weaken clear, so using our grenade launcher, damaging a boss, or damaging a champion, or breaking a combatant shield, reloads our stowed weapons and weakens the combatants. So where we get this weapon, you can attune this, so it does come from Pinnacle Ops. You want to head over to your attunement, head over to Pinnacle Ops attunement, and it is right there, 13 from the left, Salvagers Salvo. So you attune that, and then just go for gold in Pinnacle Ops. So until this grenade launcher is like the weapon from the GM in the week, it's just going to be completely RNG. I got very fortunate with this one. Like just missed out though on that spike grenades. If I had that spike grenades, we'd be getting even more damage. And then you take into account if you put this in a team fight, you've got like your wells, your tethers. You'll have other ways to receive amplified before a boss damage phase. That way you'll be able to get the stacks of gear shift. You'll get that 35% buff on top of the accelerated assault, which is a 12.12% buff. Sorry, spike grenades was a 12 so I don't know. I'll put them up right now. Spike grenades, this buff. Accelerated assault, this buff. So that's it. That's Salvagers Salvo. It is actually really, really good. I've been using this for DPS for a while now, especially now that the stacking is over. We can't use Thunderous Taunt to just smash everything. Yeah, it's good. It's good fun DPS. If you enjoy, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell on if you want, if you really want to watch these videos when they come out on time. And if you want to catch all this stuff live, you can head over to my Twitch, twitch.tv/Sediction, where I'll stream every single weekday from 9:30 AM to 3 PM Australian time. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.